This is the specification for the 2018 NX 300 that I recently purchased for a really good deal, which I'll share with you in a few minutes. But I want to show you what it comes with. So if you like more details, you can kind of zoom in, pause the video to check it out. But as you can see, it starts at $35,985, an additional $5,000 add-on, which includes like delivery and processing fee and a whole bunch of crap stuff, right? So I took this with an MSRP or TrueCar.com, knew exactly what the invoice is, and was able to negotiate off the invoice for even a better deal. So this is my contract with them, which I'm going to show you everything in just a few minutes. But first, so from the $41,148 MSRP, TrueCar shows an invoice of about $39,000, and that's where I kind of base off of. And then from there, I negotiate the car for more off that invoice. So eventually, I got it off from $41,148 to $36,607 as the selling price, which I'm going to show you right on my invoice right here. So these are some interest rate that I'm going to go into a bit more details later, but you can kind of see of the cash sales of $36,607, right? And then everything else, including paperwork, registration, is about 9% in California, and it brings the total out the door price to about $40,284.86. So that's kind of like as clear as it gets. Now, the price that I got, which is $36,607, is $2,000 off invoice price. And remember, invoice was $39,000, and invoice is what dealers pay to purchase the car. So they're able to trim $2,000 off the invoice, which means that they are barely making any money or just slipping by in any way. And keep in mind that the NX 300 is a really hot car, and so it is extremely difficult to get the deals that I got. But I want to share with you some secrets on how you get that deal. By the way, just so that you can kind of get a relative values of what the selling price is compared to the MSRP, $36,607 is 11% off MSRP. If you compare that with TrueCar data, you're going to see that the 11% saving off MSRP lies near the left of the normal curve, which is very rare. Most people and the really extreme and the really talented negotiators get about 8 to 9% off. I got 11% off, and I'm going to share with you what I did, and so that if you're in the market for a 2018 NX 300, you can probably do the same thing. Actually, to get an idea for the car that you want, you might want to go to the dealer's website and get a copy of this, so that you can kind of get an idea of what the MSRP is for the car that you want to buy. Once you've done that, then go to TrueCar.com, look up TrueCar.com. TrueCar.com is going to create a graph for you, and they're going to tell you exactly what the MSRP is and the approximated invoice that dealers buy in that specific car for. From that, you're going to see this normal graph that they make for you, and it has data from people who has purchased this car within the past 2 to 3 months, and it also gives you a kind of a clear layout of who pays what, right? So you got your MSRP, which lies on the right hand of this normal curve, which most people don't pay MSRP, so hopefully you don't pay MSRP. And then you have the invoice price, and that's where the average consumers would pay for that specific NX. And then you want to negotiate the amount that lies basically to the left, or the same distance from that average to the MSRP, but now on the other side of the graph. So move that to the other side of the graph, which kind of gives you an idea of the amount that dealers are willing to sell to you with relative to the invoice price. Dealers don't like this. By selling a car below invoice, they're not going to make a lot of money. So what you have to do is you have to be a really smart shopper, and you have to do it in a way where you're not wasting time at the dealership negotiating, because you're going to wear yourself out, and eventually you're going to give in to their tactics and the selling price and all this stuff. So what I did was I connected to all the dealers within about a 50-mile radius of where I live, and I knew what the MSRP is. I knew the exact car I wanted. I knew what the invoice is, and I negotiated for about $2,000 off that invoice. So I crunched some numbers, and I set on a value that's about $36,000, and I sent a request emails to about 10 dealerships, 10 Lexus dealerships within my 50-mile radius. One of them emailed me back that agreed near my price, not exactly 36, but $36,607, which, you know, after going back and forth a little bit from that 36,000, we're able to kind of nail it to $36,607, including delivery. So that was just a perfect value. And I was very stoked because, you know, this is a really rare price that you can actually get off this car. But that's what you're gonna have to do nowadays to save time, not to go out to each dealership and negotiate at your own home. And that's how you're able to kind of fine tune the deal. Now, just a little bit more from what I purchased in terms of buying or lease. Of course, this is a purchase. It's purchased off a loan. So I had two options. I can either go with Lexus Financial at 1.99% rate, which is pretty solid. It's not bad, right? But if you find your own finance company, they're willing to give you $750 back. So that's what I did. I went out there and I found my own finance company, and a credit union was able to finance the car for me at 2.25% interest, which is a little bit more than Lexus charge. However, I'm getting a kickback of $750 off Lexus, and over the span of 5 years, that $750 is more than that extra 0.25% that I'm willing to pay to the credit union. So I'm not only getting a great deal, but I'm also getting a pretty solid deal in finance as well. And so that's, I guess that's my 2 cents for you into buying this NX 300. So if you have any questions on how to negotiate for a deal, a car, or if you have any questions in terms of what this car comes with my with the NX that I purchased, feel free to leave me a comment below, and then I will get back to you with to my best knowledge.